Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our Make Money Monday. I am so excited to be here with you this morning. Becky Lander, CEO and co founder of Modern Direct Seller. We are live every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, with money making tips to help you grow your direct sales business faster. So excited all of you are here. Like always, I am going to take this video and share it into our groups. If you are not yet in our groups, you definitely should be there. We have our Modern Direct Seller Tribe group. Hey, Elizabeth, good morning. That is our free group. It's open for anyone to join. Definitely come hang out with us over there. Every day we're dropping tips and knowledge into that group to help you grow your business. And then, of course, we also have our Modern Direct Seller Academy group, which is our membership group and an incredible group of direct sellers that are total go-getters. I love this time of year as we're approaching the holidays because everyone is sharing ideas to build their business and really leverage all those holiday promotions that are going on. So lots of action in there. So we are live in both the groups as well as YouTube. So good morning, good morning. As you're joining, say hello. Let us know your direct sales company. Let us know where you are joining from. Hey, Susan, good morning. So happy all of you are here today because today we're talking about what we should be doing in our business, but maybe are not doing. So I think this should be a pretty good action-packed conversation for all of you. I want to make sure I can see the comments. So one sec, let me open it up over on this window. There we go. Mary Lou, good morning, good morning. So any guesses? I am curious if anyone has a guess of what I am going to cover today. So what are most direct sellers not doing but should be doing? Ooh, let's see. While I look for your guesses. Yay! Hey, Angela. Good morning, good morning. Christy, SoCal for the moment. Oh, you'll have to let us know where you're headed. Oh, look at that. Sheridan, follow up. Oh my gosh, she called it. That is exactly, look at you guys. We have a sharp group on this morning. Maybe I made this too easy. Elizabeth, Angela got it also. Follow up. Yes. So today we're talking a little bit about follow up and the importance of doing that work in your business. I even dug up some fun statistics for you on follow up and just how many conversations you really need to have to move a lead into an actual customer. So it's going to be a great topic for today. Feel free to share this video with your teams if you find it helpful. Your teams, your biz bestie, it is out there public on the internet, so feel free to share it. So happy all of you are here. Oh, Arizona, Christy. Okay, not too far, not too far. I love it. Well, super excited you guys are here. Like I said, we are talking a little bit about what most direct sellers are not doing but should be doing. So as we think about differentiating how you're showing up and how you're serving your customers from all the others out there, many of which that are sharing the same product or the same business opportunity you are, one of those things that is a clear game changer for you is going to be that follow-up system. So I want to talk about follow-up. Oh, hey, Jessica, look at everyone popping in. Kim, good to see you guys. So let's talk about what follow-up actually looks like. And here's some fun guesses. Who knows the rule of marketing? How many times does somebody need to see something before they make a purchase? Who knows this? This is like an age-old stat. And I've heard these numbers are like out of they've gone through the roof since the stat came out probably a million years ago. How many times? Thank you for that. Isn't this a cute sweater? It has like cute little green ribbing on it too. How many times? Karen got it. 7 times. 7 to 9. Yeah. So the old rule was 7, right? People say you need to see something, you need to experience that product, hear about that product. Some people say you have to see it in multiple places in different moments over time, at least 7 times. But I think the reality is we are living in the information age, right? We are in a world where things are thrown at us non-stop. In fact, targeted ads are being thrown at us nonstop. So I think that number 7 is actually way, way bigger than that, right? Hey, Becky, glad you're on. So here's another question for you. If we know that it takes somebody 7 times to see a product or have a moment with that product, whether they're seeing you post about it or you're having a conversation about it, here is another fun one. How many sales, we won't limit this to direct sellers, but how many in sales give up, what percent give up after just one attempt? Any guesses here? How many give up on their follow-up, on their reach outs, connecting with people after just one time? I feel like I'm playing a game show host here. What percent? Okay, so yep, I see Julia says 80, 50, 80. Okay, so I think that this stat is probably much higher for those of us in direct sales, because for most of us, this is not your full-time job, right? 75%. So professional sales people, the data says that 44% of professional salespeople give up after the first attempt. They just try once and then they move on. Crazy, right? Yeah, I would argue that that's probably much higher in our space of direct sales, where this is not your full-time job. This is not your primary income for many people, right? So a little bit easier to kind of be like, okay, we're just going to leave that be. I tried once and I'm over it. So here's the fun number. This is the number that gets me most excited. The data shows that, well, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going with this fun guessing game. The data shows that what percent of customers convert from a lead to a customer after the 6th attempt? Okay, so let's say that you're following up 6 times, 6 conversations. You're putting that product in front of them 7 times, if you want to say that. If you continue to nurture that relationship and have conversations and you're in front of them 6 times, okay, what percent convert from a lead to a customer? Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Anita. We're getting our life back together over here. Got the lipstick on at the office. I have a table and chairs over here. Check that out, right? It's all coming together. Okay, this is where we shine. It's big. Yeah, 75%, 35%. All right, it's even higher than that, you guys. 95% of leads convert to customers after the 6th attempt. Oh my gosh, right? But here's the game changer. Who's following up at least 6 times? Who's having that conversation going? Okay, I see this higher numbers, 90%, 75, 80. Yeah, 95%. So that really speaks to the need to follow up and to stick with things. So if you're looking for a way to differentiate how you're showing up in this very competitive, noisy market that we're in, that is your answer, right? You want to keep nurturing that relationship, keep having those conversations, keep putting your products, even if it's the same one, over and over and over and over in front of your leads. And eventually, the average right here shows you 95% are going to convert after the 6th point of contact. So I think it's really, really important to think about that in our businesses, because I think it is hard to keep up with the follow-up, right? It's hard when we know that we need to keep that conversation going, but we're not quite sure what to say or what the next thing is. I always think about when we're having conversations, especially sales conversations, what is the next resource you can refer them to? What is the next tool that you can put in front of them? What is the next product that's going to get them excited? So it's always this dance of thinking about what's next in this customer's journey, right? And we see this done so beautifully if we start watching the world around us. And I'm a nerd over here, so I pay attention to stuff like this, right? But just this weekend, we were making wish lists for the holidays and birthdays, because both my kids have November, December birthdays, and all the grandparents are like, what do they want, right? So we're working on our wish lists, and my son is obsessed with baseball cards, like obsessed with baseball cards. I don't even know why we have so many baseball cards, but we have tubs and tubs and tubs of baseball cards and binders that are organized by team. And He's very into baseball cards. Well, my daughter is super into, she has this monthly subscription box that comes, and it's like a STEM project, and she creates a toy, and it's actually really cool. It's called Crunch Labs if you have kids. Super cool. So she's into that, and I was like, I wonder if there's a baseball subscription box. Of course there is, right? So I'm out there searching online, adding things to his wish list, and I get the little pop-up for the 20% off your first box, put my email in, and you can bet that there are emails in my inbox all about the baseball card subscription box, right? Because companies know that nurturing that relationship and staying in front of their customers when those leads are especially warm is so, so important. But what we can do as direct sellers is to next level that. It becomes a personal conversation with our leads. It's not just an automated box that you're checking and putting in your email and a discount code being sent over to you. It's you hand holding them through a customer experience that is going to make it really hard for them to say no, because they're like, wow, they're genuine, they're authentic, they're looking out for me. And I think a big piece of that is really identifying what your customers' problems are and how you can provide a solution. So as you're nurturing those conversations and you're referring them to the next tool or the next resource or the next high value piece of content that you've created, you're always using the lens of how can I solve their problems? How can I solve their problems? What's their pain point and how can I be a solution? So I want you to sit with that a little bit today. What are their problems and how can I be a solution for that problem that they're facing? And then when it comes to follow-up, things become a lot more clear, right? Oh, they need this. They can't live without that. This is going to be helpful for them. So as you're nurturing that relationship, you're building that relationship and having that conversation, it becomes so, so, so important. So I know that this part of the conversation was really about nurturing leads and moving them into customers, but we also know the fortune is in the follow-up after we acquire a new customer. And I cannot tell you guys how many times I have purchased products, love all of you, and I get zero follow-up, right? And I this again just kind of baffles me where I'm like, I'm already here. Like, I already like your stuff. I'm already shopping with you. You just have to kind of work it a little bit more. And I'm going to make that second purchase, that third, that fourth, that fifth purchase. But many times that follow-up is non-existent. So I know that many of you have systems that you lean into. Maybe you're funneling people into a Project Broadcast campaign. I know many of you have some type of tool where you're keeping track of your customer contacts and have a calendar of when to follow up. But once you get that new customer, number one, you got to thank them for the order. Number two, you need to let them know when their order is on the way and when they can expect to see it. Number three, we want to make sure that that order arrived as expected and answer any questions. We're usually good at those first three. What becomes more important is 4, 5, 6, right? So what complementary product can you offer? Are they ready for a reorder? Have they used it all up? Do you have a consumable product? What is next in your product line that they might be looking for? Is it time to invite them to host a party or be a referral partner for you or do a collab with you, right? So you're always thinking about what's next for those customers. So if you're looking for some money-making activity today, I want to challenge you to go back and look at your customers over the last 60 days, right? Especially those new customers that you've acquired in the last 60 days. What is next for them? Ask yourself that question as you're going through your customer list and do your follow-up and be really intentional about it. Like, okay, they made their first purchase. This is great. Now this is next for what they need. Or, okay, this person's made their first purchase and they've been really active in my VIP group. They seem to have a great network on Facebook. Maybe I want to invite them to do an online party. So really think about that customer journey and what's coming next for them, because what you can do in direct sales that these big box stores, this baseball subscription box, or anyone else that we're shopping from can't do is really pinpoint what that customer behavior looks like and how we can anticipate what their needs are next. And that is when what you're doing becomes a total game changer and a differentiator from any other sales experience out there. So anticipating those needs, solving those problems, knowing how to meet your customers where they're at is so, so, so critical. Woo, I am on a soapbox this morning. Oh my gosh, maybe it's the new space. We got some good vibes happening. Maybe it's the cute sweater. Anyway, as we're thinking about our business this week, we have 7, 8 days left in the month. It is the perfect time to be doing that follow-up, right? If you have leads you've only talked to once, be the difference in the market and follow up twice, 3 times, 4 times. Get to that 6th follow-up where we know that that's going to eventually convert into a paying customer. So as you're thinking about your week, definitely take a peek through your emails, your Facebook messages, your text messages, comb through those, take a look at your customer list of who's shopped with you for the last 60 days that you owe a follow-up message to, because that is where really there's money on the table. There's money on the table just waiting for you to do that follow-up. They're waiting for your message for you to ask them, hey, are you ready for a little bit more of that product? Hey, can I give you this also? Hey, I wanted to make sure you take advantage of those customer specials before they expire at the end of October. All of that is going to fuel your business and give you that momentum going into November, which really should be one of your best sales months of the entire year. So with that said, oh my goodness, how do we find reps from outside our company so we could collaborate and make follow-up easy? Ooh, Julia, that's a great question. I mean, inside the academy, I'm sure you can find some people that are with your company. But I would just connect with people that, might be a part of your team, your sideline, your upline, your downline. I mean, really that follow-up process is going to look very similar for all of you. So if you can find a couple biz besties to align with and map out what that process looks like, it's only going to help each other out. Yeah. So good. I might have missed a couple other questions. I will come back and catch those. When I'm watching live, I can only see the last 4 or so. So super excited to hear how you finish October. For those of you in the academy, a couple of key things coming up. If you're not in the academy, I mean, you should be. ModernDirectSellerAcademy.com. You can jump right in and join all the goodness that we have coming over the next couple of weeks. But this week, we have our guest masterclass with Sage. We're talking about a color copyrighted system, color-coded copywriting system. Ooh, that's a mouthful, but really appealing to different personality types and the way that we're delivering our copy on blogs and social and email and websites, all of that. So that's going to be incredible. We have office hours the following week with me. And then the week after that, so we're like first week of November-ish here, we have a holiday masterclass coming up. And I'm super excited. This was a bonus with our last enrollment, and everyone in the academy is invited to join us. I will be leading a masterclass that first week of November to talk about really how to maximize your sales for the next 4 to 6 weeks after that, as you're approaching the end of the year and thinking about setting things up for success in 2024. So really, really good stuff happening. It is jam-packed, and we've crammed a lot in between now and Thanksgiving for those of us here in the US. So you're going to see a lot of action happening. We'll have the week of Thanksgiving a little quieter. You'll be busy out there selling, and then we'll be hopping right back in, getting into our 2024 planning mode, as our workshops will be announced very, very soon for that. So good stuff happening. So good to see all of you this morning. I hope this was helpful. If it was, share it with your teams, your biz besties. I look forward to seeing you back here, same time, same place next week. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great